As the college admission season intensifies, so does the pressure on high school students to secure acceptance into top-tier institutions. Recent insights from Forbes highlights how these expectations can contribute to a youth mental health crisis, leaving students feeling overwhelmed by the weight of college acceptance. Rayla Willis, a social emotional counselor at the Village School, is here to tell us how parents can help students get through the college acceptance process. Rayla, good morning. Thank you so much for your time.
Good morning.
Hey, look, the pressure's on, right? This is extremely stressful, not only for the child, but for the parent. Not always. I think back to my journey, right, in that process, and I remember mom and dad, they wanted to be as helpful as possible, but there are things that they just didn't know, right? And so then that adds stress to the student, and then the student's already stressed. So talk to us about what we can do.
Well, I think the biggest thing is to understand that there's a big impact when it comes to the pressures of college acceptances, way more than when we were younger. And for example, University of Texas had 90,000 college applications this year, and there are not 90,000 spots. So there's an increased anxiety, there's stress levels that lead to sleep disturbances. And so it's really important that you maintain the stress and the balance of that.
Absolutely. We know, too, there's a village, right? There's a community here to help that student, to help those parents, to help those families. And that starts with those student counselors, those school counselors in schools. Talk to us about how they can offer support during this process.
So here at Village, we have college counselors, and then also I, as the social emotional counselor, we have developed lessons during advisory time so we can work on the college selection, college application process, and then in turn, I also work on the side of stress management surrounding college acceptances and the process of that. So I try to offer one-on-one support. Our college counselor definitely informs me of when a college decision is coming, and that way I can leave myself available for our students. And we just want to encourage a growth mindset, because some students are suffering from things like perfectionism, and they find themselves lost and not knowing how to move forward in times when they may not receive that college acceptance.
I remember it was 11th grade for me, and I was really stressed out over a state exam. And I remember my social studies teacher, she was extremely strict. She was very difficult. She was hard. She was tough. And she said to me, she said, Zach, regardless of what happens with this test, the people who love you now are still going to love you after. And I remember that emotion, that overwhelming feeling of being stressed, right? And I remember how simple that was when she said it to me, that a light bulb sort of went off, right? No matter how difficult this is, no matter how challenging it might be, you're still going to be the same. And so I think, you know, finding people who really can embody that and can bring that out in people and reiterate those things, those are expressions that people need to hear in those moments. And so it's remembering those types of things, but also, you know, reaching out for other suggestions, right, for folks to manage stress and maintain that balance.
Yes, I think it's important to not forget the parent factor, right? How parents can provide that support by encouraging the exploration, allow them the space to like grow their passions and even change, right? They're teenagers. So the idea that I need to know what I have to do now is not a reality in many cases. And so just emphasizing that effort over the outcome, as you stated earlier, and then just helping their child find that right balance of motivation and just reassuring them that it will allow them the space to even safely pivot. And that way if they don't get into their first choice, it's okay. It's just being patient and being positive, but also realistic.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, we've so much appreciated you this morning coming on and having this conversation. Rayla Willis, thank you so much.
You're welcome. Have a good day.
Absolutely.